12 here in the Bay Area.
The SC4 Amateur Radio Club serves the public interest through the advancement of the general knowledge and welfare of amateur radio and emergency communications in the communities of La Honda, Lomamar, Pescadero, San Gregorio, Butano, South Skyline, and surrounding areas. Today's event is a club function when we can get together with our neighbors and brush up on our radio skills.
We had stations set up today to learn about Morse code and had a little prize for drawing for somebody who typed their own call sign in Morse code.
It's easy, that's not too hard.
We had a station that had an HF radio, which is high frequency radio that does long distance, which is what we'll be using at Field Day to talk with other operators and stations across the country.
Yeah, let's take a look and see if we can get something.
Yeah, well, that's really cool. So thanks for telling us.
Just to learn the knobs and dials and switches and start to familiarize ourselves with this switches to a different frequency or a different band. There was two stations that dealt with antennas. Antennas are a really big deal with ham radio. The better your antenna is, likelier you are to reach someone. So you can have a decent radio, but if you have a great antenna, you're going to be good. One of the stations was to build a copper J-pole antenna, which is very sturdy outdoors. Another station was set up to do more of a J-pole that's inside of a plastic tube, PVC pipe tube. They're simple, lightweight, easy to build, and that was also a soldering station.
And there, it's done. This is our fire resilience trailer, and what we have here is supplies for 5 DOCs, 5 operating centers that we can set up on short notice. This is in a lightweight trailer that we can take anywhere in the community. We have 5 pop-up canopy tents, we have 5 push-up masts with antennas, signage, tables, chairs, headphones, and radios. All of this we can use to set up in case of an emergency, whether it be severe weather, fires, floods.
To have a ham radio license is really critical in an emergency because cell phone communication can go down.
An example of how a radio helps me in an emergency is I can set into action what I need to with the information I get. And the more people we have who are licensed and can communicate effectively with them, I think the safer we are.
I'd like to see more people become ham radio operators. I'd like them to know that it's so much easier to get your ham radio license than people realize.
The actual test is only 35 questions and it's driver's license style, so it's super easy to get your license. Then we graded them right away using an electronic system, and they had their licenses the next day.
It's not just a good thing to do for your preparation for emergencies and for your self-preservation, but it's fun. And you get to meet a lot of cool people, and you get to do a lot of cool things. So try it out.
I've grown to know the community a lot, and it's really friendly and helpful, and I enjoy being around it.
We're trying to change that face of ham radio and get younger faces, women, people of color, get everybody in here.
What would I like to see in the future of this club? I'd like to see more of our community members join in. I'd like to see more participation, probably a little bit more technology brought into this too. There's a lot of exciting things that we can do with the radio, not just talking to each other. You can pass email, you can pass text messages, check weather conditions, all sorts of exciting things.
I'm just glad to be in a community that's embraced emergency preparedness in general and ham radio specifically.
Because if you can't communicate, you can't prepare, you can't defend yourself. If you have no idea what's going on or where to go, evacuation routes are meaningless. So communication is the forefront of everything.
It is both a way of passing emergency information, road closures, where fires are located, the status of your neighbors. It's also a sense of community. It's a way for us to connect. It's a way for people to know the welfare of the people who are around them. It ties the community together.
If you want to learn more or are interested in joining us, check out www.sc4arc.org.